Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's put the lemon into the water. Focus, focus, focus. I did work out today. Almost didn't pull it off at the last minute. I said I got to work out. Let me get this lemon going. Stay hydrated. Drink water. Don't play yourself. All these Red Bulls and things people drinking. I never did that energy stuff, and I ended up in a great place. I stayed away from all that energy drink garbage, man. I'm telling you right now, for all the young kids out there drinking that stuff is absolute garbage. All right? Let's get that music back up and running. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. And I want to be where you are every single day. I don't care if that sounds gay. I want to be where each and every one of the lifers are at, making gains every single day. God bless you all for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. 103,900 for Bitcoin. A pullback will ensue when you pump up to 108,000. You know, we flew through 100K. You knew there was going to be a push somewhere further than that, and then there was going to be a pullback further down to the downside. That's just kind of what happens here in cryptocurrency. All right. So moving forward, let's talk about this idea here of will there be a bigger pullback? Are we going to 101,500? Suggests Bookmap. You can see this big red here. Suggests we are going to come further down and maybe take out some longs here that have a stop loss right there. Liquidate those longs before we move further to the upside. All right. New moon comes too. Bitcoin likes to dump on the new moon, likes to pump on the full moon. It seems like the prophecy has spoken. All right. Let's take a look at what's hot today and what's not. Right now, if you see the hottest things, when I looked at, this here, you could see the only hot things were AI, AI XBT, which is kind of creepy. You know what I'm saying? It's like, what if they start becoming the only things that can pump because they outmarket all the human beings? I don't know. It's just something to think about. Like, your mind does the math, and you're like, is that what could happen? Griffin and AI XBT really the biggest, but Deep Book Protocol, man. And I got on the low with Deep. A lot of people didn't realize. And in the last week, Deep really took storm. Look, nothing else really big. Deep is one of my low cap gem calls. I said once people realize what Deep is and make the connection, I don't think enough people figured it out. And I think I figured it out real early. I think my group did too. So shout out to anyone that got it at Deep Book Protocol. If you understand what's happening with Deep there and its SUI connection and how that's likely going to continue to rip, like SUI's got a big market cap. So I said, why continue to pump money into SUI when, damage can be done the other way. Let's take a look at BTC. I'm going to take a look here at the perpetual here and see what's happening on the perpetual. So attempting to get a bullish divvy here on the 1 minute time frame after mass dumpage, but we do have Jerome Powell today at 2 p.m. Price action usually acts very wonky up until then. I always caution my students and even myself not to overtrade or even open up trades. I tend to stay away from the market. However, my strategy does say when you lose the 200 MA to short the market, and that was a beautiful short to the downside there on the morning. I was waiting to see if the 5 minute could crack the 200. They gave you signs, like it was like, wow, many times you had the reversal, you came up, you had the cup and handle, you were right at the 200 MA. I'll be honest, that was like, 70% of the time, that does pay me. I did not, I was like, should I get in? I was like, no, I'm waiting for the 200 to break because it's Fed day. And we did, luckily I didn't see these two. I'm waiting for this one. It never happened. We got the pullback. We're going to look at the bigger time frames, do our macro analysis here for BTC and break it down and have some fun. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. And I welcome you into this live stream, and I thank you so much for sharing your knowledge, your support, and your love. We already got a super chat here. Let's take a look. Can you check TEMA? Gone up by 150%. Let's take a look at TEMA. And TEMA, look, I'm looking at Vert AI. This is a coin that I'm taking a look at, and to me, I gotta say, it just seems like there's going to be some movement here for Vert AI. And, the last time, Becker was basically the advisor of a coin, it ripped so hard. So, again, you do whatever makes you happy. But this vertical AI, and I understand, yeah. And I'm not putting tons in there. You know what I mean? We'll see. With ETH to the fees, you never know, right? If I even have enough. I'll do like 3.8. I like 3.9. I like the 15 even. 389. 389. 3899. 1502. Look at that. Let's see. What do you think? I think the fees will be $60. 23 bucks in gas fees. That actually ain't bad when it comes to Ethereum. All right. And at 57, of course. Oh, they have their own fee too, and network. So yeah, $80. $80. I don't even think do I have it in there. I think I got it. Let's see here. So Vert AI. Now let's move on. Somebody asked about TEMA. Let's take a look at TEMA. All right. So again, I put while I'm willing to lose. This 1400 probably could go to absolute zero. Bitcoin dumps. The whole market, and this thing disappears. So, you know what I mean? So it is what it is, right? So did it not go through insufficient ETH? No, I think it happened. Yeah, it happened. All right, cool. Okay, and I got my Vert AI there, my 1,597. We'll see what happens. All right, we'll see what happens. Hey, brother Sam, would you please check out DEX? We'll take a look at DEX and XRP. People are fiending for XRP here. Let's take a look at TEMA, then I got to jump on into BTC. All right. But yeah, that's my play of the day. You know, I'm always looking around, looking for opportunity. I believe there's some speculative opportunity there to the upside. Look at TEMA. And, you know, you guys were all over it. You got to hand it to them. They brought it up every single day on the channel. And it's one of the biggest winners today. So if you were on the channel, I mean, up a 7x, really. And we had this little flag that wanted to pump to the upside. That flag was beautiful and then continued to rip. The flag alone was up 200. Right now, it's still up about 191%. So one of the hottest coins in the game right now, pumping hard. Had you been on the channel, a 6x. We were talking about it somewhere in here. Maybe even, I think you guys might even have brought it up down here. I mean, you guys have been talking about it for a while. So, TEMA, the world's most famous raccoon, right? This thing boomed to the upside. Unbelievable. Shout out to anyone that jumped on in. I did not, regretfully so. But hey, and this thing could continue to soar. I would see a bit of a pullback here. I'd go to the daily and take a look at what I'm seeing. But wow, shout out to anyone that jumped on in. Who jumped on in? Anyone put a TEMA? Did you jump on into TEMA? I don't know. It is high risk. And so there was no guarantees it was going to make a move like that, right? So you don't beat yourself up if you didn't get in. But shout out to the people that may or may not have. All right. Shout out to the team of people, baby. And that thing boomed to the upside. And, you know, another awesome call here given to me on the channel. So I don't try to take credit for everything that happens on this channel. I take credit for showing up every single day for 1,400 days. Because I've been so consistent, we have some of the most consistent people in crypto show up. And they give us some of the most consistent calls. And so not only do I deep dive, but the channel itself is a formation of a deep dive. You're getting in the car with me, and I'm in the universe attracting so many things into my life. And so if you're with me, you're attracting things into your life too. So by just joining the stream, our lives have connected. You know what I mean? You're on that electron train with me, finding a new move, finding a new way. So may God bless all the people here, and thank you for sharing your most precious asset, and that is your time. MORPHAI holding some of the gains here, starting to flat out. I want to see if that can continue to break to the upside, starting to get that rounded bottom, possibly for its next leg to the upside. It's got to be able to withstand this kind of period here and hold above a $10 million market cap. That's kind of those prerequisites, those, you know. So we'll see what happens there. All right. Sammy the no. Okay, evening from down under. Is CELOR still a play? It broke out the pattern to the downside and lost the daily 200 MA. I mean, that's not a good thing. You know what I mean? You don't want to see that. SEI has been underperforming 100%, you know. So it is what it is, you know. It definitely, you know, it didn't dump when it was supposed to. Bitcoin, you know what I mean? It acted funny both ways. Now it's like, and it didn't seem to move with the market. Anyway, let's break down BTC. We're going to get rid of the moving averages. Take a look at the weekly. Maybe take a look at the monthly here for a second. I mean, the monthly so far so good. It's going to close green. You know what I mean? Jelly bean. But it has, you know, my mom used to say that to me. It makes me, as this reminded me of her. God bless Irene Price. My mother and my dad, Jimmy Price, both passed away in the last year and a half. May God bless my mother and father. Great people. Really, really great people. Okay, so the monthly looking pretty nice, right? So nothing wrong with the monthly. So far, so good. 2-week chart a little overbought, right? MACD still has some legs, though. Like the 2-week chart says, hey, man, I'm just kind of getting started. Again, though, that bearish div on the MACD, bearish divergence on the 2-week chart. I tell you what, I mean, it's very rare. I don't see how we don't get sideways or a pullback of some type. I don't know. It just looks, and I've been saying that for a long time now. Same thing on the weekly here. When we take a look at the weekly, again, I see bearish divergence on the weekly. We got to heed it. Every time I've seen bearish divergence on a big time frame like this, there's been a nasty pullback. So this would be the first time, if we don't get a nasty pullback, that the asset just continues to pump. You know, I'd be willing to believe anything is possible. As a trader, I believe anything is possible. But at one point, I can't just fly around in the wind. The reason why traders are successful is because at one point you pick something, you're like, you know what's going to do this? And I believe this is, the highest probability. Bitcoin trying to get back off this bullish divergence here. Get a nice little rippy, and if you can get back above the 200 MA, maybe it makes some type of inverted head and shoulder here. And it attempts to get back above the 200 MA. Head back to 106,891. Kind of that's the big area of liquidity. 107,000. Nice pump off of 103,670 back to 104.2 off of bullish divergence here on the 1-minute time frame. But just, I've known in my lifetime just to be careful on Fed Day. We know what Feds are going to do. We know what the Fed's going to do. It's not about knowing what the Fed's going to do. You see what I'm saying? Like, we know what the Fed's going to do. We have the watch tool. The watch tool has never been wrong since we've been here on this live stream. And it says a 98% chance they're going to cut the rate. So we know they're going to cut the rate. But that's kind of baked in at this point because we've known they've been going to cut the rate for a long time. And so that's baked in my humble opinion. So when you look at that and do the math, you say, okay, I get it. They're going to cut the rate. It's already been baked in. I don't think it's going to do too much here for price action in the long run. In the short term, in the long run, over time, yeah, they're going to continue to print money. We're going to win. All right. Let's take a look here at the weekly time frame. The weekly, if that closes red every single time we've had a red candle, pull back, pull back, pull back, pull back. Not there, not there. All right. However, that was red with a giant wick to the upside. So, the giant wick kind of had a bit of a story there told against the red candle, right? This would be a red candle with a giant wick to the downside, not what you're looking for. However, we had, this similar situation in these candles, and we were able to rip back up to the upside. We do have a lot of time until this happens. All right, it's not like it's going to happen overnight. So our candle closes in 4 days and 9 hours. Isn't that crazy when we be back to the weekly candle close again? Isn't it just like you're on this merry-go-round with me every single day? All right, so now we're going to watch how the weekly plays out. Now, the weekly's away for the 21-day moving average. If you're new, you're going to be like, what does that mean, Sam? Well, a lot of times you come back to it, or you have to kind of go somewhat sideways, and you'll see this in your own life if you continue to trade, but you'll have to go somewhat sideways to meet the 21, or you'll just kind of go uptrend and pull the 21 and then rip, and the 21 will kind of go with you. But there has to be some type of uptrend here. So, I'm still bullish on the weekly. It doesn't look horrible until we get this close. All right. So we got to give it its 4 days. The 3-day chart already starting to do its thing and turn somewhat bearish. It does have a bearish divergence. You can't deny it. It's there on the indicator. It's there in my face. I see it myself. Swing down while swings up. All right. And then look, the last part of the uptrend, you had downward price, you had downward volume. So when volume's falling, and price is moving up, that's a bearish sign. You're going to get a bit of a pullback too as well. So I tell you what, that's a divergence on the volume. Price moving up, volume moving down. How can you continue up if you're losing the gasoline that had you going up? Before you're moving to the upside, why are you moving up? Bullish. Some people trade just on volume and price action. It's very subtle, but it has a beautiful way of telling a story. So, that's a strong bearish divergence. Anytime I've seen that, we've had a nasty pullback somewhere back down to the gap. This says you could get to 71,000. At the very least, we're talking 92.6 again, And I'm not saying this is guaranteed to happen. There's a chance Bitcoin just double taps and we continue to pump. We're going to watch it day by day. The 4-hour will have to lose the 200 MA. Like, bigger things will have to happen that'll begin to pull us down. And I'll see it because I'm watching these things and I only really sleep for 6 hours. So we'll be able to know, we'll tell you what's likely going to happen You don't have to watch any other channel, any other YouTuber, because every 5 hours I'm going over Bitcoin. And I see once it loses a key level where they're going down, and I see if we gain a key level where they're going up. And then I watch the next 2 time frames, and I understand how price action moves in succession through the 200 MA, both up and down. If that doesn't make sense to you, don't worry, but you'll understand it over time. So many people are going to short this bearish divergence. Many people already have, and they put stop losses up here. So you already know that there's a bunch of stop losses up here and a bunch of people shorting the market. I don't short bull runs. It's just not what I do. We're in a beautiful uptrend, one of the biggest uptrends Bitcoin's ever been in. The trend is your friend until it's not. You know what I mean? If I were to short, we would have to lose this area, bearish retest, and then maybe I would short this section here, because then the trend would change and I'd be able to take advantage of that trend. And again, it probably could get a dump here, and it doesn't mean I won't take advantage of the dump. I might scalp here and there, but it just, no. I think I could be deep diving. I could be researching. I could be teaching. There's other things I could be doing besides shorting the highest peak of Bitcoin. You know what I'm saying? So at the present moment in time, it doesn't fit into my long-term trading strategy and what I've done to become wealthy, or you know, what I find is wealthy, but I don't know if I'm wealthy yet, but in my mind, you know, successful. I didn't short, you know, I shorted the bear market in certain, once we saw a definitive loss of the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame. Once the 4-hour loses the 200 MA, that's when I begin to short price action. Until then, you could be setting up for a very rocky bear trap that gets you caught up and rocked and wrecked. So again, you do whatever makes you happy. I can't tell you what to do, but and we're gonna see FOMC. You know, they cut that rate, then we'll see a huge pump possibly for the S&P, the Nasdaq, and then Bitcoin reverses. I wouldn't be surprised if Bitcoin's on its way to $108,000 later today. You never know. I'm open-minded that we could be dumping down or pumping up, and anything is possible. Anything is possible, right? This candle flips green. Next thing you know, we're ripping to $115,000. What I will tell you is this: I'm a support of resistance guy. Resistance, 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 bounce, boom. And the bears couldn't even get us all the way down there with the 21 lagging. So what that tells me, there's some bullishness in the air here for Bitcoin, right? And you can see we're gonna have to go to a smaller time frame to see what did we bounce off of, what's happening there for BTC. All right. But so far, you know, we would have to lose 101,320 on the daily. And then we would come and likely test 98,700, which we would then deal with this big chunk of high volume node. We have tons of liquidity. We'd have to break through all that and then go through the gap here. We would come back down somewhere to 91,900. And then if we lost that, we could gap all the way back down to 76,000, but we'd still have a stop at 87. That's a lot to go through for us to dump. You know what I'm saying? So this is why you look at the bigger time frames. You don't just believe that YouTuber you watch is, oh, we're going down. Oh my God. I'm shorting. Now, I'm not saying this wasn't a bad short for people that are short experts. I don't short, like, you know, there may be more bias short. I'm more bullish short. You should know your bias. Understanding your trading bias is important, because then you kind of know, you know, I know I really lean more bullish. That means at times I'll trade, and I'll trade a little more bullish into the last pump. Because sometimes that pump continues to pump and I end up wrecking it, but not wrecking it, but making a huge gain on the pump. But if it turns back, you just a little chip. So what I'm usually doing is selling these big written candles and then putting smaller amounts here to see if we can get the initial pump. If not, but that's because you got to know I know I'm bullishly biased. So like, I don't know if that makes sense to you, but it should if you're a seasoned trader. Knowing your bias is important. And I didn't really even know my bias for 5 to 6, 7 years. Kind of now you know what it is flat out. You have to look at what you've done in the past and be like, yep. This is what I regularly do. I'm more bullishly biased this way than the other way. And so that's kind of how we look at it. So bearish divergence again for Bitcoin, in my humble opinion, on the daily time frame. Like, try to say no. And even if you say no, you could say, well, even this section now is bearish div too. So even if you decide to say, well, that was bearish div cut off, then we have a secondary, and then so fine. Yeah, now we have this and that. That's bearish divergence too. So, you know, another set, whatever you want to say. So now we have bearish divergence again here on the daily time frame, overbought stochastics RSI. All right. Again, they could loop up and still pump. Anything is possible here. We're going to take it one step at a time. But right now, we do see some bearishness for Bitcoin as it hugs $104,000. Really sitting at what looks kind of like a double bottom in a way. And really, the daily just deciding to stop in mid-air. You know, the daily says it doesn't really have any support till you get to 101,500. and just kind of perusing through here. And then it brings us to the 10 hour doesn't look too bad, and the 8 hour and the 4 hour time frame. Now, that's a hidden bullish divergence right there, right? As that swings up and that swings down, and it tells us that we might, you could break this previous high here. What hidden bullish says is you'll break this high before you break this low. I'm not saying that's guaranteed, but I mean, you see it right there. So I'm not trying to say this is what's going to happen. I just like to point out the high probability ideas. Like, hidden bullish tends to play out more than it doesn't. So this is telling you, hey, you could get a bounce here for FOMC. Heck, you might even make a double bottom, right? And then break out. If you bearishly retest, you will dump further down. But you'll probably see a bear flag here on the 5 minute, the 1 minute to the 5 to 15 minute time frame. Like, it's not just going to dump. Sometimes it does. It just goes straight down. But most likely you'll get a flag somewhere or a bearish retest on the smaller time frame. So I'm open-minded to anything that's possible. And get your mind out of the gutter here, but I'm open-minded that anything is possible there for Bitcoin. And that's what's called hidden bullish divergence. What you also want to do is you'd like to pull a fib, preferably from this wick here. And you can see we're kind of at that 886, 786 right there, which is a known reversal pattern. And you're getting oversold in the stochastics RSI on the 4 hour time frame. So, we're in the middle. There's a chance we do get a bit of a bounce here. There's a lot of traders that are long and short today, and they're going to wait for FOMC and cut off a trade either way and let it rip. They might even lose both trades. I don't do that. I don't play that game. It's just I believe in one of my moves. I believe the universe conspires to help you in what you're pushing for, right? So look, I even said this on the update earlier today. Like, is this kind of going to be a head and shoulder pattern? So that's a head and shoulder right there for sure. And that wants to break to the downside. The only cool thing about this, it could induce a lot of shorts and give us a lot of liquidity to the upside. So the key about my trading strategy is I'll go along above a 200 MA with a small stop, either get picked off and move on when it dumps, or I'll get a really nice pump and they'll just shred the shorts to the upside. And all I have to do is kind of continuously go at that little idea over and over again. And that's really like the basis of my strategy over time, if you think about it. You should really be able to simplify your strategy in a couple sentences, a couple words really. What do? I short the shorts. I basically long squeeze the shorts on a daily basis, right? I mean, that's what you see here on this channel. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. What's interesting too is this was an Adam and Eve double top. Get to know this beautiful pattern. And it breaks down the length of the semicircle, and that was just like gorgeous. So trading 101, Adam and Eve double top, Adam and Eve double bottoms. If this was upside down, it would do the same thing. You'd find your Adam and Eve double bottom to the upside. The bottoms don't have to be perfect. I found you want to see that triangle semicircle. All right. Yeah. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate you all for being here. Yeah. Okay. So there you have it. That could go further to the downside. You see what I'm saying? All right. And that's kind of what I'm looking at. All right. Now zooming in here, you can see a bit of a cup and handle there, attempting to try to do damage. All right. So look, to the guy that doesn't think I'm using a roller, like, what do you think I'm doing? Like, you don't think I'm rolling the charts, man? Hey, like, come on, man. Like, I'm sorry. I don't mean to be rude. I know you're being nice. Thank you. I appreciate it. I read all comments that I shouldn't read, right? And I miss all the comments I should read. People are like, Sam, we love you. I can't see it. So still a bit of a cup and handle here for BTC on the 1 hour time frame. A low, a high, hugging a higher low. All right. Or is it a right shoulder that wants to dump us? See, you can always see it in two different ways. And that's why I watch the smaller time frames. If the 50 minute can get above the 200 MA, we're bullish. The 7 minute gets above the 200 MA. And then I go to my 1 minute. And so what you would desire to see if you're a bull It's this consolidated flag, break up. And this is why I watch the smaller time frames. They really convey what's likely going to happen. They give you the entries. They give you the sauce, you know? So I'm like, I can't, like, where's my scribble? And where, you know, you just delete the 200 MA. You're just like, oh, let me just delete that. You're like, wait. Yeah. So look at that. Right when I said that, a big pump out the flag to the upside. If this crosses the 200 MA, that's what I go for a long. Like, I take that long all day long. Like, that's my strategy. Will I take a long today? I usually do not trade Fed day. I said that the other day, and then I traded it anyway, or I traded what happened, you know, what I saw. Anyway, I've been waiting for this move all morning long. I've been waiting for the 1 minute to cross the 200 MA. Kind of has shoulder, head, and right shoulder vibes in a bit of a way. And wow, that flag is attempting to break out. However, we've been just getting no follow through today whenever we've got to move. Like, we can't get above the 200 MA there, you see? So what I do is when I set up these trades is I look for the move above the 200 MA. It's very simple. This is like a strategy that anyone can play. A beginner can open up a demo account and begin to do this today. Because you can add the 200 MA, it's one signal, and you can use one time frame. I tell the beginner to start using the 5 minute first. It's just a little slower. It'll react. It'll give you a little more time. You'll be able to breathe. The 1 minute's a little quick. I find the 1 minute slow as heck. But I've been using the, you know, once you trade the 1 minute, once you trade the 1 second as much as I have, once you know, I don't do it all the time, but enough. I've traded it maybe 50 times. And so once you've traded the 1 second more than 50 times, or 50 times, the 1 minute will feel slow to you. You know what I mean? You'll be like, oh, I have more than enough time to figure out this trade, you know. The 1 second, you have to be like, yeah, if you really want to execute. So look, this is the smooth moving average. This is the 200 MA simple moving average. I use them both in conjunction with each other. We need to break above both for a pump to happen. When we break out, though, this is what will happen. You'll pump, right? If you're lucky, you'll pump. But you'll gap from the 21. And you'll have to come back violently, usually to the 21. And this will be the short squeeze. I usually don't, you know, if I play this, I play it very quickly with very fast coverage of the stop loss. What I really like is the flag that comes back. So what I would like is in a half an hour to an hour, we're above the 200 MA. And then we're coming back to the 21 moving average while the Stokes are resetting and we're making a flag. I already see my trade before I see it, you know, and I look for this model day in and day out. And I don't know why I give away my sauce like I do. I wonder why. Sometimes I'm like Sam, like, you know, that's it, you know. But I think it takes a lot longer for people to really understand it and nail it. So as much as I see it seems so simple, it's not. And yeah, it takes so much discipline to pull off what I do on a daily basis that you got to really know yourself. Like, I can give you the information, but if you don't know yourself, you can't pull off the trade. You understand? And I'm not trying to be rude. I'm just telling the truth. You know, trading will teach you so much about who you are. Everyone says, oh, he goes on tangents about life. He goes on tangents. We're here for TA. But honestly, like, trading is, of all professions that I've ever met, I've ever seen, or have ever studied, or, you know, of all the people that I've met and all different things. And again, I guess I haven't done everything. And the universe teaches you about yourself no matter what. But trading teaches you so much about who you are as a person. Are you able to make a split-second decision you believe in? You know, can you hold a long-term goal like that you started off with, or do you ruin it? Do you flop and grope it in the middle because it doesn't go your way for a week? You know, do you handle emotions? You know, do you use temperamental emotions, or can you see, you know, the long-term logistical idea and not get caught up in the day-to-day chart price action? Because, like, you know, the average person's just really caught up on emotion, is really learning to find themselves, and society makes a living. You know, big corporations, think about it. They put a lot of stuff in the food. It's not good. Once you get your conscious and you have any education, you can read, you know, yellow 5 isn't good for you. So your kids can't eat Doritos anymore. You know, certain things you just don't eat anymore because you know they have things that aren't good. And you're conscious of it. Now, if you're not conscious of this, you keep, you know. So society, sad to say, and big corporations prey on your ignorance. And they prey on your ability to be emotional. And it's the exact same thing in trading. They prey on your ability to be emotional, to be caught in your emotions, to get stuck in thought, to not be able to think clearly. And this is why using technical analysis and not using however you think or feel is the only really, in my way, is the way to beat the game in some way, shape, or form. Hold on, what is that? Hold on one second. What is that? What is that? What? No, not right now. Not right now. Like, what are you doing? No, we can't do this right now. What are you doing? No, I told you. I know you want to roll in the show, but it's just not going to happen, okay? So, I always like messing with people, man. I always love messing with people, making them feel something that they think they know what's happening, but they have no clue. And why I do that whole scenario to make you realize that you have no clue what's really going on in life sometimes. And that your emotions play tricks on you, and you got to let things play out. And so you may think you know, but you really don't. You see what I'm saying? And so that's the whole cycle. That was a psyop that I pulled on you. And I'm sorry I did that. But I wanted you to understand yourself a little better. See how quickly you ran to conclusions? See how fast you thought you knew what was happening? But you did not, right? It's all smoke and mirrors in cameras and control, right? So, may God bless you. I also wanted to make you laugh. I hope I did. And let you know I don't take myself that seriously. Today, I think I look pretty banker-esque, pretty accountant-esque, pretty serious. But you got to do something different. You got to change it up. You got to keep people on their toes. You can never do the same thing every day. You can't be the same guy. All right, Crypto Billy taught me that. Now, my dad was also a very interesting guy. He never did the same thing. I am the psyop, 100%. 100%. Okay, that was a good one. Rug pull. This guy is the biggest nerd ever, but I'm going to lie. I'll love him, man. Shout out to Lakeshore Crypto, man. You got to be a nerd to get people to laugh because they don't expect a nerd to make them laugh that way. And when they laugh from a nerd, they say, you know what, he's even funnier than I thought. That damn nerd. That dang nerd. Anyway, so Bitcoin, playing games before FOMC. You know I will be back today for the FOMC meeting, all right? And we'll be there with Jerome Powell, Kobe Smith, and all our favorite reporters. I know the reporters so well, like I know them. It's so funny. And you get to know their kind of quirks, the questions they ask, how they look, the way they look at Jerome when he's like, I love that one dude, jerp out. He always says, jerp out. I don't know if he does it as a joke or if he's, I swear he's smirking when he does it too. Jerp out. Oh, man. But good times. I can't wait for the FOMC meeting. I have a good time with each and every one of you during the FOMC meeting. We look at Bitcoin on usually the 1 minute, sometimes the 30-second chart. We have a lot of fun. And, every once in a while we do trade it too. We traded it a few times in the past. I don't always do it. But the other day, the last, I think not the last one, but the one before that, I did trade it. I traded it. It was pretty awesome. Shout out to Gina Bomb being in the house. Somebody said, Gina, wow. Shout out to Gina. Shout out to Lakochi Coker. Shout out to everybody here on the live. And thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Welcome to the Crypto Lifer Show, baby. Seeing if Bitcoin can break itself out of this a strange cup and handle, get above the 200 MA here, and really start to boogie on out. So, yeah, I just kind of sit and I wait. It's a great thing, I read a book and wait. And then when the time is right, it can print money. And now the idea is if you never get above the 200 MA, you're likely making a bear flag. That's going to break further to the downside. You see? And then your measured move is going to take you to 103,300. So if you don't see a boom above this, which like now, look, it rejected again. And every time we have a chance, we can't seem to get back above that 200 and even rejected by the smooth moving average. The smooth, rejected by the smooth. All right. So we took you for the weekly all the way back down to the 1 minute time frame. I explained to you kind of what I see possibly happening here for BTC on the smaller and the bigger time frames. We see levels to watch. We see this as a head and shoulder pattern. We know if we lose this key level, we're dropping down to 101,500. We know if we lose that, we're getting into the chop at 99. And we know if we lose 99, we can get down to 95 and all the way back down to 91,892K. And, from there, we'll go from there. And so we really need to fend off the wolves here and get a bounce. And so we're watching to see if the small time frame can it's almost a bit of a double bottom there with a higher low. And then you see this is a cup with a handle, and we've been hanging out, and 104.3 is hanging there. And now we're just kind of chilling, almost retesting the top of the channel here. You see that? We had a beautiful tight bull pennant, which looks to me broke out, retested the top, with the rejection by the smooth, which I don't have up now, but the smooth and the 200 MA, right? FTT just got bottom reversal alert with a volume explosion. ABT crypto miner like to go hot on fire. Real trading battle in there. $10 jump coming in because PRZO. Interesting. Thank you. Master friend, we only care what Jana says. Her real name is Jenna. She's a talking at. You're funny. Love your content. Found you not long ago and can't get enough of your good vibes. Curious to know if your 21 to 200 works well on regular stocks like the NQ as well. I assume it's for all markets. You can trade it on any market in the world. I am teaching you how to trade any market in the world. I'm called the Crypto Lifer, but you could trade Forex this way. You could trade anything you want this way. All right? Anything you want. Where are my Forex people who like that Japanese yen? Who like trading Japanese yen USD, right? Let's take a look at that. So look, when this lost the 200 MA on the 4-hour time frame, bearish. When it gained the 4-hour, bullish, rip. All right? Same exact thing going on here. Tight moving averages. Time to get in. Look, rising wedges broke to the downside. Right? And they reversed that carry trade. Of course. I mean, it wasn't going to go up forever. And look, this looks like it's going to lose to the dollar right now. Look, you know, this moves a lot like Bitcoin, honestly. It's in the cup and handle in the 1-hour time frame. I look at it on the daily to see really what the daily says. Hey, your daily's got a higher low, so look, it's like, okay, it came up, it had a nasty dump. Look at the shoulder, head, right shoulder, moving averages far apart. The moving averages are getting tight right now, which tells you that I see a bounce actually. I'd be surprised if we got some type of bounce. However, you lose this channel, then it is a head and shoulder that's going to drop. I got mixed signals, but the daily, you know, we got to see what the daily does today. And you can see it definitely does move with Bitcoin. And that doesn't look too good, though. It looks like a rollover on the 4-hour time frame and a dump. And you're below the 200 MA. When you lose the 200 MA, more likely you're going to go further to the downside until you get some type of stronger reversal pattern, inverted head and shoulder of some type. All right. Anyway, we'll get back into BTC. So there we have the pump. We got the pump. So, and let's rework this idea here. And did I put in my my parameters, my numbers? Yeah, 105.841. And the stop would be at like 104.139. It looks like we're about to pop. You see, every time we get very close, we seem to toy with it. I'm just showing you my trading strategy here live. Again, it is a FOMC, so there's a good chance that things don't play out perfectly. That's the one thing. But that, you know, this is a model of mine that when it happens, 90% of the time, it does play out somewhat. Doesn't always give a huge gain, but gives some type of gain. All right. Thank you for everyone being here. God bless each and every one of you. Shout out to the 2,772 people here on the live. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's get the motivation up, baby. I know we're not pumping to the upside. It may not be an all-time high day, but let's go, baby, to the upside. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. Let's go. 84,000 subscribers and counting. Let's get the energy back up, Sammy. People need that energy. They need that rip. They need that go-go, baby. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let her rip. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. The man with the plan. And the NQ scan. And look, there she goes. About to rip above the 200 MA. And what would the risk to reward be? It would be 260 for 934. That's beautiful. I like it. Get above that 200 MA and show me you could shine, baby. Show me you could shine off the bullish divergence. We got a very strong bullish divvy there. I mean, that's exactly what you look for. And then we get the carryover above the 200 MA for the pump to the upside. Again, wouldn't be surprised if we go up, dabble around, and just go right back down again. And I zoom in on this for you because this is where it's all about to happen here for BTC. And so I apologize if I didn't run into a super chat immediately. But there's a lot happening here. All right. Max says hello. Also, please check out. I don't know what that means. Shout out to Degard. Thank you. God bless you. Shout out to Max because they're trolls spamming. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I tend not to read the chat as much anymore because it's full of trolls. I want to pick a Master Fran and Crow standing next to each other. Yeah, that's funny. Verde, I've been getting a lot of buys in... oh, no. Don't you know? Pump it up, baby, yeah. God bless everybody here. So look, rejection by the 200. This is why I do not. You know, the old me would be like, it's going to definitely go. And I'd buy here every time. And I can't tell you how many times. Next thing you know, I was like, Sam, don't do it again. And then one day I was like, you know what? I'm smarter than my system. I'm going to buy anyway. Anyone have a system and then decide to front run their model anyway? And realize, like, dude, you made a model for a reason. Stop front running your own model. You know what I mean? So, shout out to Than Nugent. You look so handsome today. Thank you. That's very nice of you. Very nice of you. Wow. I'm turning red now. Yikes. I hope you're a woman. God bless everybody here on the live. I mean, I hope you... I don't even know what there's auto-respond to that. My wife wouldn't be too happy. I don't even know. Shout out to Master Frank. God bless you, brother. Jimmy cracks corn, and I sure as hell don't care. Right? You're funny. So we couldn't get back above the 200 MA here for Bitcoin, you know, in boring times. But if we get above it, I will open up a trade because that's just what I'm programmed to do. I'm a bot. I don't know any better. All right. What do you think of PENGU claim 5K tokens on airdrop? I mean, I think it could do numbers over time. If you hold it, the whole market should do well. All right. Solid 30-minute trigger wave looking to... Yeah, maybe. Sam, you're looking sexy today. Thank you. Appreciate that. Wow. Wow, Sam, the blue in your shirt really brings out the depth in your eyes. Shout out to Jamie. Jamie, I think that's sexual harassment, Jamie. We're going to have to do it. That's a demerit. That's a demerit. We're going to have a talk. We're going to have to send him an HR. We're going to have to send him an HR, man. You look hot, somebody says. Thank you. You guys, this is crazy. Sam, you're hot. You're stupid, man. All right. I'm turning red for sure now. Oh, my gosh. Anyway, let's get back into the charts here. I know I'm hotter than hot sauce, but Frank's hot sauce, that is. Good day, Sammy, you sexy beast. We're all hot. No, you lifers, man, you're all good people. Very strange guy. Thank you. Appreciate it. I hope I'm strange, because if you're normal... Who wants to be normal, man? I want to be the weirdest button in the world. You know what I mean? I want to stand out like I want all red flowers, and I want to be the big green one in the middle. You know what I mean? Or the big yellow one, whatever it is. I never want to be normal. The second you're normal, was Jim Carrey normal? Let's be honest. No, one of the richest, most successful people in the world. Normal people aren't the great. You know what I mean? You want to be a weirdo. All right? I'm just saying. All right? The show's traps is so funny, man. Normal is boring. Amen. Shout out to Sammy Cupinetti. And again, if you cared what everybody thought of you, how could you soar like an eagle? Right? Because most people aren't eagles, so why would you care about when all the little cluckers cluck about you? It's time to fly, baby. Fly with the eagles at a higher level, higher frequency, where what people say doesn't matter. An eagle is too high, to hear what the chickens are saying, man. The lion does not worry about the lambs and the hyenas. He sits and licks his lips, slowly waiting for his next move. Funny. You know, the female lion does a lot of the hunting, while the male lion just relaxes. Isn't that crazy? Everyone doesn't know that, but I think that's somewhat true, right? I thought you were a peacock. I am, and I want to fly. God bless everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate you. Just wanted to say you look like a weirdo today. God bless CryptoFace. I love you, man. That's the nicest compliment that I've ever gotten from a fellow weirdo. Shout out to you, my weird friend. I was going to come out like this today instead.
Hey, everybody. This is my attitude. I'm going to do the charts. How's everybody? How are we doing?
But I decided, that wasn't going to work. So we changed the script and now we're here. Look at, dude, this looks like it's going to pump, man. I like this setup here. The low, the high, the higher low. Get tight with me, baby. And we can move up to $105,243 and I can open up my live trade finally. You see how patient you have to be? Waiting. waiting like a wolf pack, watching its prey, right? About to pounce, but no. But yes, but when? But never. But now. And, we're getting closer and closer to this possible move here. And that one, is saying when we could cross explosively to the upside here, and bang. We've got the trade. We've positioned in on the target. We are just waiting on the execution. Once we get the go-ahead from the command, we will push the trigger and let it fly. But only until then. I mean, stochastic, see, I would front run here many times in my life. And then stochastic's a curve, and I said we're definitely going to rip above that 200 MA, Sam. You got this. And then we get in and right shoulder and and I just learned to wait for that 200 MA. But sometimes the patience, it's hard. Look at this 1 minute, 2 minute, 3 minute, 4, 5. A lot of people don't have the patience. They go do something else. That's why I have this on another screen. You know what I mean? I have to have it on another screen, and I do other things too. Because I can't be sitting just staring at this all day. You could even put alerts like right here on the 200 MA. All sorts of fun stuff to do. 104,400 for Bitcoin. Bouncing off the low there of the day there at 103,669. Waiting for this Fed rate hike or cut. We know it's going to be a cut, but I just wanted to scare you there. But we know it's going to be a cut. It's, the CME Watch tool has never been wrong for us yet. And it's a 98% chance of them cutting the rate. So the thing is, they're going to grill him and ask him questions that make him look silly. At the end, it's going to be funny. They're like, well, why did you do this now if you thought you were going to do that then? And we're going to watch him play mumbo jumbo there. And, word salad, as we say. He's going to pull you know what? We won't even say it. The KH, you know what I mean? But, blessings to everybody here on the live. Can we get this continuation for Bitcoin? We're watching to see sideways price action. Bit of a head and shoulder now. And if you can't get above the 200 MA, as I said before, this kind of could start to look more like a bear flag. And we all know where the bear flag would take us. It would be the length of that pole, and we would dump down to 103,500 for BTC. So, and honestly, the more chances you get to not get back above, the more you get rejected by the 200, the more likely you dump. And look, now you're below this point of control. You could dump right through this gap. So 104,091 is waiting for us here for BTC. And again, and that's why I don't pull the trigger till we get above the 200 MA. I've been in this game. You guys watch this exact strategy day in and day out now. Saturday night, Sunday night, all different times. We pull it off at all different times. It's pretty kind of crazy. It's kind of crazy. Pretty kind of, what does that mean? What am I saying there? It's a bit odd, but it works for me. Now, I see a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder there. About to dump through the gap back down to 100,091. And that looks like a bear flag continuing to dump. Unless you can somehow pull some miraculous move here and get back inside. You can see I did not pull the trigger on the long because I know better, because I've studied this and back tested it. Now, we could easily flip back. At any moment, we could flip back up, cross the 200, and be gone, baby, gone. I understand that concept, too. I know that price action can do whatever it wants. You know how many days I was locked in and it just whoop? Most of the time, I win the trade, but it doesn't mean it, I know what's going to happen. I know how to react to price when it does what it does. I don't know what's going to happen. See, I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. I tell myself, who knows what it's going to do right now? I said, it's probably going to dump. Who knows? I said, but if it gets above the 200, I'll take the trade. You see what I mean? That's it. It's a very simple way to be. You don't have to be a genius. I'm a simpleton. All right, everyone thinks, oh, he's the smart. Look at this guy. I mean, honestly, being simple, focused, and disciplined is the key to success. And most people think there's so much more to it than that. There's really not. You got to pick one thing you really like that you can do no matter when you're sick, tired, hungry, a little bit annoyed. You got to love it so much that love, that passion for it will push through. And I love technical analysis. I love watching money turn into more money. I love speculative investing, thinking what will be the next thing before everybody else. Slowly DCing into it when no one's paying attention. And then when everyone runs into it and it's the hype, slowly laddering out. That is just it's so beautiful. And you can perfect that skill over time. It's really how the big billionaires made their money over time. They saw an emerging technology and they invested in on the low. Look, that's a head and shoulder pattern. That's likely to dump. I got to tell you. Right? And we'll draw this like we drew the other one just to kind of keep you in the loop here. But yeah, and that measured move takes you back to 104,091 on that last chart. This takes you even lower. 103,500 on the futures. Yeah, I mean, that makes sense. So, we'll see. But I'm more bearish than bullish right now because you could not get back above the 200 MA. That tells me that the bears are in control. All right. But also, before Fed meeting, I expect price action. I wouldn't be surprised if we just do this. You know, for 2 hours, 3 hours. Anything could happen. Look at, and always, the 1 minute, you're always moving your ideas here if you want to be on point. And you see still a little bit of a flag there, right? That could break out. You know? I'm always looking for a bull flag because I'm bullishly biased. You know that about me. If you watch my channel, then you know that I'm bullishly biased. You know that I love BTC. You know, I know anything can happen. I'm open-minded, but at the end of the day, I'm more of a bull than a bear. I made most of my money longing markets, longing assets. You know, I still have unrealized gains at Bitcoin for a long period of time. Like, so obviously I made it that way. So why would I be any different? You know what I'm saying? Like, if you made it bullish bias, then of course you're going to be bullishly biased. Now, if you shorted a market and made your millions of dollars in a big short, you might be short biased. And that's just kind of what happens, kind of predicaments that you're put in and when you make your money. As you can see, I would only get in and we crossed that 200 MA. Chop city here for BTC. However, the second I look away, it could rip, right? So I'm going to put this on ice here on the side. And shout out to everybody here watching. Thank you for jumping on in. Please get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. All right? I'm doing what I love to do by streaming every single day consistently without a day off for 1,400 and what is it? I don't even know anymore. 1,480 days. Wow, we're going to hit 1,500 days. That's kind of a milestone. 1,500 days, man. That's coming up not too long from now in 20 days. Wow. And then we're going to go, we went the entire year from the first of the year of 2023. 2022, we did the entire year. 2023, we did the entire year. And here we are now in 2024, and it's likely, you know, God willing, I get 12 beautiful days of health and nothing goes crazy in my life. We will finish off 2024 without missing one live stream, not one day in the entire year. We bookended the year from the first of the day of the month of the year to the last day of the year. And it's because of each and every one of you, and I really appreciate it. I really do. I wouldn't be able to do it without all of you people in my life. Like, I wouldn't. It just wouldn't. It wouldn't happen. You know what I mean? It just wouldn't happen. So, curving to the downside, they're overbought on the stochastics RSI. That's telling me that we're likely going to fall, and we could not get back above that 200 MA. So, I know I've got... See, I was like, what window was I? Oh, yeah, I moved it over there. Sorry. So, 104,271 for Bitcoin. All right. They can't get you up, Sammy. Dumperino. I know, right? We got your back, man. Shout out to Gray Zone and shout out to everybody here that's kicked it with me. We went through the bear market. We doubled the trading group. So much happened in such a short period of time. My life changed in such a huge way. Everybody was there for me. You guys, it just... I still wake up every morning and I don't even understand what's happened. Eventually, I guess I'll just come to terms with this is it. This is my life now, but it's... And then my mom said, Sam, you built it. Like, this is what you desired. I listen to Jim Rohn every day, and then I asked myself, how did I do it? I said, I listen to Jim Rohn every day, and he told me what to do. He told me how to become successful. He talked about success every day. He taught me that success is a journey. It's a way of life. It's not like a destination. It's a lifestyle. Like, do you choose to live? And it's something you do every single day, constantly, and you don't give up. Like, you don't follow other people down their path. You know, whatever they dangle in front of you, you go for what you're doing. You stay true to what your passion is and what your belief is, your goals. You set goals and you stick to them till you meet them. And that rewarding process is so strong and so important. We're going to get to 100,000 subscribers. We're going to do it. I'm going to do it. You know, it seemed like an uphill battle that would never happen when I started with 100 subscribers, but we're going to do it. We're on our way, my friends. And thank you so much to everybody here. I appreciate it. With that being said, let's jump on into the super chats and see what people are saying here in the channel. Hottie Bugatti, you're so funny. Shout out to Unito, thank you. Apparently the entire chat has a thing for Sammy. Shout out to Arthur, God bless you. Can you please take a look at MOVR? We'll take a look at MOVR. God bless you, Alex Lowe, or Alex Lou, right, if I say that correctly. Lifer, what's your plan? Bear market, bull, then what comes next? No one has asked you. I'm interested in knowing. What's your plan? Bear market to bull, then what comes next? No one has asked you. I don't know. I don't understand the answer, the format of that question. My plan is just to keep live streaming and doing what I do and helping people as much as I can as I continue to become successful. I have some other things up, some other type of products and things that I'm working on, that are unrelated to the industry that could, do some, but it's just, I have learned from you in the past week that I have in the past 4 years since I started. You're the man. Probably 2 vids for the win. AVAX, please. Thank you. Mr. Flawless 1986. I get this all the time. I've learned more from you in the past week than I have in 4 years. You know how many people have written this? It's almost like this is the one thing I've seen people say across the board from all walks of life. And thank you so much. And we try to cram I do put a lot of teaching into one stream. Hey, brother, can you check out DEX? So we looked at TEMA. Someone wants AVAX and DEX. All right. As we're still battling that 200 MA there for BTC. All right. Let's take a look at AVAX and see what's happening to AVAX here. Avalanche. All right. All right. Man, every coin's slipping a little bit. Too beautiful trend line, but decided to slip. You'd have to kind of pull this, say it's doing one of these and getting tight inside that zone. And it's gonna, we're gonna have to look at total 3 today. We're gonna look at Bitcoin dominance. We're gonna look at the Nasdaq. We're gonna have some fun. We're not done yet on this long detective story here for Bitcoin. So look, let's delete this for AVAX. Let's take a look at AVAX on the weekly, number one. So it finally made this low, boomed up all the way to 62, came all the way back down to bounce off support at 20. And then did a nice, 2.5x about to 55. Almost did a 3x really. And, now it's away from the 21-day moving average on the weekly time frame and the 3-day chart. And so, you would just suggest that the 3-day would come back somewhere here. Right? So it just looks like there's going to be some type of pullback in the market. And the 3-day chart will bring us back down to 41 before we get our next big pump. And then it heads up to 78, but it, and I could be wrong. Maybe we get an uptrending flag like so. And we pull like that, and things are a little more bullish than I'm saying. But at the present moment in time, it looks like definitely a good DCA because you buy there. Like this would be the DCA channel. And if it bounces, then that's some of the best prices we could get. So I like AVAX. I think there's better plays out there that give way better returns. It's an older coin. It's going to do well. I see it getting to the $100, $140 region. I say it can 3x from here, maybe even go to 250. But when it comes to what I'm looking at here in the short term, you definitely need a bounce. If Bitcoin gets the bounce with FOMC, it bounces up. Next thing you know, it's tight. Everything goes that way, and we're right back on schedule when we pump. Bitcoin dumps, this dumps back down, we go sideways, and there's a chance we just have to go a little more down before the pump there for AVAX. So, thank you. Let's take a look at DEX, DEX, DEX. All right. And I'm not sure where DEX is or where DEX does. MORPHAI, I got into MORPHAI. Looks like it could bottom. It could dump to the downside too. So we'll see. $11 million market cap. Everything with the morph in it kind of was pumping the last week. We'll see if that can continue. Is DEX on Pulse? Is that what it is? DEX on Rat Pulse? I mean, that's a tiny market cap. I don't know what that is. Let me double check for you real quick before I disclaim that. And look, Deep Book Protocol. Yeah, this thing's got a tiny market cap, DEX. I don't know, man. It's up to you. I don't know enough about it. It's on ETH. It's, it's up to you, man. That's just too small for me to play games with. Yeah. Look at Stronghold, SHX. I like Stronghold. Stronghold, baby, Stronghold. And Bitcoin taking a nasty dump, just really not able to get any closer. Head and shoulder pattern looks more like that flag is breaking to the downside now for Bitcoin. 104,094, as we suggested, we would be at. We would break down to 104,091, 104.91. And that was what we just saw. Let's take a look here at SHX Stronghold. And I'm not a fan of this coin, really. Yeah, it's all right. I mean, God bless the team and everyone. I shouldn't say that. Because it's not in my portfolio, doesn't mean I don't think it can do numbers. I mean, last time I put it out, look, it did pump to the upside. Beautiful call. I saw that flag, and it did break out. It's actually holding gains comparatively, so for me to say that is funny, right? So look, Stronghold, I did put out an entry there at 9 cents. Target even further up at 0.13, and it's right, not that far from the target at 1.271, which is pretty awesome if you think about it, right? So this coin's a little stronger than most, for sure, and it's been on a just insane uptrend if you look at it. So I kind of will eat my words here. I think I got it confused with a different coin for a second, which was there's another strong something. Let's see if it can bounce. There's a low, there's a high. There's a higher low there for SHX. I mean, it looks more bullish than any coin in the game right now, right? Let's be honest. Let's see. If Bitcoin does well, it bounces, it gets tight, and then this is one that's going to rip today. So I appreciate you. You know, I'm going to just stop. I'm going to stop running my mouth about anything and just be like, you know what? Anything is possible, right? And you know, it looks good. Almost want to cheat that at a 2.5 risk reward ratio. I guess if you can come down, though, you can get it to the 3. I would watch this. I'd put an alert on it. I don't know if I'd buy it exactly right now. That's very aggressive with the FOMC, but I definitely put an alert on it and see if it can consolidate inside that tight channel. If so, again, and again, we put it out there and it pumped. The last flag it had, it pumped. This is making another flag that could do some damage. Bitcoin taking the tumble to the downside, as we showed you. Said if it couldn't get back above the 200 MA, look for this bear flag to take you down. I said take you where? Down to 103.8 at least. This goes even lower, 103.5 on the futures. Futures will take you lower than the spot. But yeah, I mean, that's, you know, there was even like a head and shoulder there. You could not get up. That's why you do not long. Had you front run this, you sit there, dump. You know what I mean? And you got to learn your lesson. You got to learn your discipline. So I knew that, you know, because we won, you know, because of the tiring motion of us numerous times not getting back above the 2, it was likely you're going to roll over. And there you go to the downside. And then you can just take your bear flag. And we went over this already, but, you know. And again, you can always just put, you know, you can put a stop on the other side of the 200 MA and just let it dump. And there goes Bitcoin to the downside. You know, they dump it before the meeting. Honestly, I think Bitcoin's in its own thing. Really nothing to do with the meeting. I think if there was no meeting today, Bitcoin would be doing the exact same thing. It had a huge pump to 108 yesterday, like, you know. So we sold the local top. Eternal AI, EAI, doing interesting things, developing AI agents, multi-chain. Interesting. EAI. Let's take a look at EAI. I mean, that's kind of crazy when you think about that. Eternal AI on Ethereum. So this thing just went out of control in the last 5 minutes. Thanks, Jamie. Wow. Literally, yeah, it's pumping. You know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Last 7 hours, it's ripping. Tiny market cap. It's on base, right? Which is pretty cool. I just wanted to see if what the website was going to do there. I don't see a link to the website. Why is that sometimes? Is this the coin too? Am I in the right coin? EAI, Eternal AI. Eternal AI. Tiny market cap, everybody. Who knows? No lock liquidity yet either. I don't know. Thank you, Jamie. Can you look at Turbo? Good time to buy. Turbo looks interesting to me, and you know, we kept seeing where it was, and it looks bullish. But again, if Bitcoin pulls back, whole market could get a right shoulder and dump back down. I was trying to see if we can hang on this kind of, you know, dump, bounce off the 21, get a pump back up here, and get a tight nice consolidative ascending triangle and then pump further to the upside. That's what, that looks likely to me. But again, who knows? I don't own any turbo, and I honestly, not to be rude, this is going to sound, I don't personally, for me and my portfolio, doesn't really matter what happens to turbo. All right. Look at Bitcoin going right to the target, the bear flag dumping the length of the pole. See that? And rejection of the 200 MA to the downside. And normally I would short that. I just man, come on. We just had an all-time yesterday, and I'm supposed to short Bitcoin. But, if they push me enough, you will see me starting to short again. It is what it is. There was opportunity today. There was money to be made. So, and my strategy says when you're below the 200 MA to short the market. So it told me exactly what to do. The money was right on the table. I'm sure there's some lifers that did take advantage of my strategy and shorted the market. Just because I don't trade it doesn't mean you have to or don't have to. You know what I mean? You do whatever makes you happy. I'm not always right or wrong. I don't get everything. I miss some opportunities, just like I'm a human being. Okay, so that's Turbo from Just Seth. Thank you, Just Seth. Mustang Rich, can you look at Uber, please? What do you think of PENGU claimed? I think PENGU is interesting over time. Apparently the entire, yeah. Can you look at MOVR? Now we have to look at MOVR. We will look at, not have to, but we will. Lifer, what's your plan? I don't know what he's saying there. Can you look at SNX and Flare? We'll look at one SNX. Are you making a play on Ross ahead of Trump pardoning Ross Ulbricht in January? No, maybe. Hey, hope all is well. Could you please check Phi DM? Thank you. Well done, brother. Thank you. Shout out to Master Friend in the house. May God bless you. Thank you for being here. All right. Could you please check Fidium? Thank you. Can you make a play on Ross ahead of Trump pardoning? SNX and Flare, MOVR. Okay. And Uber. So, I haven't looked at Uber stock in a long time. I love looking at a stock that has good volume because it's usually fun to trade. Yeah, fun to chart. Let's take a look at Uber here and see what's happening to Uber Technologies on the New York Stock Exchange. Again, I am not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as financial advice. Please get yourself a financial advisor and do your own due diligence before getting into any project, coin, or trade. So the first thing you want to do is look at Uber in its life cycle. January of 2019, really, it's only been around 5 years, and you want to see what's happening here. We had this bit of a double bottom and kind of this topping out, right? Yeah, so you can't really, nothing really to do there. So if it's bullish or bearish, let's see. I mean, it's oversold in the stochastics RSI on the weekly with a higher low. It's an overall bullish sign, and it has a bullish uptrend. I'd say it's kind of toying with it right there. Maybe we could bring it up a little bit. So it's on a bullish uptrend. And you'd like to see it break out of this falling wedge back to the upside. Then you'd like to see it consolidate. So if you're bullish on Uber, you want to see it bounce here, right? And it's on like a Fibonacci too. It's on an 886 fib retracement, on the weekly there. Let's take a look at your daily. Your daily says it's about to pump. See how the daily's turning up and everything looks good? So the daily says you're about to make a bit of a move here. It had the dip, it came up high, then it made a higher low. I'd watch for this week. It says Uber's going to pump throughout the week. That's what the stochastics RSI say on the daily time frame. Maybe it comes up here, makes a right shoulder, and then breaks out. See this shoulder, head, right shoulder. I see a move for Uber. Looks like it's going to head up. Levels I'd be watching for in the next, 5 to 10 days. Looks like it would be head somewhere up to 78. Yeah. For Uber. I could be wrong. I know nothing but the fact about ignorance. I have no clue. But the charts convey there could be a move up there for that. USDT, MOVR here on MEXC Moon River. Moon River. I mean, Moon River is, highly speculative DeFi, right? So things have to go well. And if Bitcoin starts playing games and, people don't know what's happening, they're not going to be running into Moon River. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. You see it? I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern right there if I've ever seen one. That tells me we could dump further to the downside. So don't be confused if we dump further down. The level you'd really want to hold from MOVR is about 1286. Remember, yesterday I took profits, on a couple coins in front of you guys here on the live. I sold at TMAI, which I could have sold at 17, but sold it good for good profits. But man, we got in a penny and went to 7. It basically did a 15x for anyone that jumped on in. I mean, that was to me a bit of a no-brainer, right? Now, virtual was holding 270. I sold like 275, and it came down, then came back up. Just saw the 777s out of nowhere. I'd like to see the daily really reset, though, come back to the 21-day moving average, and give me a better price, like somewhere around that 213 area. And I'd be back in. And I think this is going to be kind of my swing trading buddy for a while, because, when it moves, it moves. It tends to have really good volume. And, the last time I traded, it was like one of the best swing trades I ever swung trade. So God bless you, virtual, for the pay. I'll take that money. You bought me my virtual kitchen, my outdoor kitchen. I'll always remember. So I'm going to call it my virtual outdoor kitchen. And everyone's like, but it's real. I know it's real. It was bought by the virtual coin. So it's my virtual kitchen. I'll get a whole little plaque made. Here, this is the virtual kitchen. We got to make it official. So what's up today? ATC, just a bunch of, funny Gearbox. I don't know if you got into Gearbox with me, but I did. And I think Gearbox could do numbers. Man, it's a low cap gem here. I own this coin and it is ripping right now. So of all the coins, Gearbox is out of control. And it was in the cup and handle. It broke above the 200 MA, front running the Golden Cross. This is something that we play all the time. And it's probably just so low cap, it was behind the 8 ball of a bunch of other projects. So I'll see where this goes. We were buying Gearbox when it first came out. I liked it. Token Metrics did too. Again, the volume's so low, I'd be very careful. But wow, of all coins out there, it's pumping. You can get it on a DEX. You can get it on MEXC. I have it as a low cap gaming portfolio. Could 30, 50x because it's so small. It could also go to 0. You never know, but nice to see it pumping today. Velodrome getting a little bit of a move. Buried data. Interesting. Let's get back into the chat with each and every one of you too. Thank you for being here. And we're at 103,500 for Bitcoin. Just as expected. Will we go lower? It's a good chance we could. How do we figure that out? Well, just flag it out. And what we'll do is we'll make a bit of a bear flag here. We'll come back to what? The 21-day moving average. We'll tap the 21 and we'll continue to dump. Just if you flip this upside down, same idea. We play these, when we're in a massive dump pump, we just keep playing the bull flags until we can't. So when you're in a massive dump, you just keep playing the bear flags until you can't. It's the same scenario. Okay? 1024 would be the next target here for Bitcoin. I painstakingly do not love going over the play-by-play of a BTC dump as I watch my net worth dwindle in front of everybody. But it is what it is. I was never here for the money. I was here for the experience and the love. And I've gotten all of those things tenfold. And God has provided so much for me in my life that there's just no reason for me to be upset for any given reason. And so, dear Lord, thank you for everything you've given me, Allah, God. And may you continue to bless me so I can continue to bless others every single day. Amen. Amen. Please bless my mom and dad. May they live eternally in your glory. May I see my mother and father again in the next realm through the 7 gates. I love you all, everybody. I appreciate you all. Losing your parents is one of the hardest things that will ever happen to you in your life, especially if you had good parents that truly loved you the way my parents did. And I don't wish it on any one of you, but it's okay. I don't want you to feel bad. Sorry for me. I've cried enough on the live stream. I really have. I broke down on and off throughout the last few months. And so many of you were there for me no matter what. People made fun of me. People laughed at me. But many of you respected me and loved me and were there for me. And, I don't know if I hope I don't cry tears again on the stream. I know today I feel like I won't. But I just want you to know I love my mom and dad so much. They were awesome people. They really taught me integrity, how to care about others. My dad tipped so well. Anytime he saw a waitress working hard, he'd whisper to me, he said, you take care of these people, they work hard. And my dad wasn't even that rich guy, he was an iron worker. He was just saying, be good to people in general. How you treat others is really a representation of how you treat yourself. So treat others the best possible, with the most love, with the most respect, and that's how you're going to treat yourself, and that's how the universe is going to treat you. Wish good things on others, wish love on other people, Present as many gifts as you can when you can. Bring something extra. When you go over to someone's house, think, I'm going to buy a little something extra for them. Splurge on other people. It'll always come back to you. Never pull back when giving to others. It'll always come back to you. And I say that to myself as I continue to grow. Because now the gifts have to become bigger, right? Like, can't give the same gift. You can't be worth 10 grand and give the same gifts when you're worth 100 mil. You know, I'm not saying I am. You know what I mean, though? It's that idea, like, and again, no one's judging you on your gift giving. I'm just, if you have that connection to the universe and to God and you feel it in your heart, then you kind of have this feeling of what you should be giving. I can't explain it. But if you've been a successful person in your life and you've upped the ante and how much you give, you know exactly. I know Crypto Billy knows exactly what I'm talking about. Like, I know he knows exactly what I'm talking about. SNS, if there's time permits, please. Yes, Sensei, that was an interesting project. Thank you for bringing that up. Hey, Lover, can you look at Qubit stock? TMA, if you have the time, brother. Well done, brother. Thank you. Shout out to Master Frank. God bless you, man. I hope you got paid there. Someone asked for SNX and Flare, so then we look for this flag to continue the pump. Or can we get a bullish day? I mean, there's really not a strong bullish divergence. And now you got supportive resistance here. Like, that is going to be, you know, where you just bounced will be your resistance. So now you got to get back above 103.6, 103.7 to remain bullish. Otherwise, this bear flag will continue further to the downside, suggesting that we go all the way to 102,500 for Bitcoin. And so, and again, a pump is a dump. A dump is a pump. Like, price action is price action. You flip this upside down, it's the same thing we do every day on the other side. It is what it is, you know. Call it a falling wedge now, right? Again, if we get back above the 200 MA, I'll take a long then. You see what I'm saying? That's what I love about my strategy. It's always there for you. The 200 never gets that far away, and eventually they're going to cross it. And when they cross it, boom, we make that move. We make that move. Now, one would think I have the blue pants on that would match the suit, right? But no. I keep it classier than that. I keep it way classier than that. Gotta have the cocky pants, bro. Like, look at this. You walk in with the cocky pants. I mean, I'm just saying. You gotta keep it so Dead Poet Society, it's ridiculous. You know what I mean? You ever see that movie, Dead Poet Society? Robin Williams? Anyway, that's ahead of your time. I'm ahead of your time. That's way before your time, kids. That's way before your time, huh? Let's look at SNSY. Let's take a look at SNSY. And let's take a look. And just for the people, because there's always people snickering, he doesn't wear pants on the stream. I just always like to make it clear, like, I'm not sitting here in a pair of boxers like Kevin O'Leary. I can't believe he did that. He never should have shown that, too. You know, he could have done that and never shown anyone. When you show people, it's kind of rude. It's like, you know, we were looking for that to come down here and then, you know, but it went up and down and all around. I think it's like he looks really nice, and then one day he decides to show the studio where he has no pants on, right? So 0018 all the way up to 00 to 1 penny. I mean, that's a nice pump. I think did damage from November 7th all month, you know, for the month it did damage. And so things are going to have to come back. I mean, you pull a Fibonacci there and you see it came back down to that 786 fib, and you got some hidden bullish divergence. Or this will be an uptrend, well, but that will be a downtrend. And so you want to see if this can be a place where you start to kind of find some balance and a bit of a bounce here. And that would make sense. Okay. Hey, Liver, can we take a look at NNOX? Thank you. Bless you and the fam. So that looks like a nice bounce, honestly. And if I believed in this coin, it would be a really good place to DCA in. That's all I'm going to say there. Falling wedge could possibly come back to the upside. Chance it could even make a shoulder, a head, and a right shoulder. If you see it break up, then it consolidates. You want to see this type of consolidation. And then, of course, a bigger move to the upside. And that tells me this thing could head to about 2 cents somewhere by about January 16th. You know? Hey, Lifer, could you take a look at NNOX and QUBT Quantum Computing Inc. on the NASDAQ? While this thing went out of control, anything with the name Quantum is going to rip now on the stock market too, right? They're just going to just throw the name out there. This had a nice flag too. with a nice leg to the upside, and then it exceeded expectations. Same scenario here for, you know, the stock market. You're away from the 21-day moving average. You know, whenever you get that far away from the 21 on a big time frame like this, you're likely headed further down. You just go to the smaller time frames to see, you know, maybe you make this tight flag and continue to pump. At one point, the smaller time frames will give up, and then, you know, the bigger time frames will kind of begin to find their way. This could continue to pump possibly to 33, but it's higher risk as it continues to get bigger on the, you know, go up on the bigger time frame. See that? But again, maybe it does it. I would watch that little flag there. After that one more pump, I'd have to suggest that it does pull back to the 21-day moving average, right? Brand new. It looks like it's in price discovery too, right? It's never been out here before. No, okay, it's been around a long time. Since 2010, it's just out of nowhere pumping because Quantum's out there, you know? I don't know. Seems like a bit of a, you know, that's why this isn't much different than crypto. Everyone makes fun of crypto. I mean, how was this any different? This is like when meme coins pump because of someone tweeting, you know? I'd watch it there, you know, a little bit of bearish divvy there too. Yeah, I don't know. It's, if I was in it, I'd be taking profits, personally. But maybe there's one more leg up here to the upside. I would be watching my 4 hour for a pullback to the fib. If it gets that one more, you know, from here to the fib or one more big pump back down to the Fibonacci. It's getting far away from the 21 on the 4 hour time frame, but watch that flag. That flag could do numbers to 33.55. All right. Let's take a look at NNOX. I don't know what NNOX is. Let's take a look here. We found another winner with TEMA. I mean, TEMA's hot. You can't say it's not. I didn't get in. I didn't like it, but I'm not saying we didn't find a winner. I don't have to buy every coin out there. So I can't find this NNOX. Okay, I'm not sure what it is. Let me try to scan here. Funny, I stopped using CoinGecko like I used to. Used to use CoinGecko all the time. Funny, look how this filled the flag exactly. We drew this flag. We didn't know it was going to do that. We just drew it. It filled it exactly as if it, you know. And that's a bear flag. I mean, that filled the other way. We would pump that the other way too, right? I mean, look at that. A cup and handle. Inverted cup and handle for Bitcoin. Be like, no, yeah, inverted cup and handles play out just like the cup and handle. Sammy inverted cup and handle. Wait. What are you talking about? Yeah. That's the cup and handle the opposite way. And that's what I learned about trading. If it can go one way, it goes the other. Like we live in an Alice in Wonderland of trading. So if trading can push you one way, it can push you down. And that's a inverted cup and handle for sure, with a target at about 102,431. Thoughts on BONK and XYO? Just one, please, James McGuinn. One super chat apiece. I'd appreciate that. So, and I couldn't find that NNOX. I don't know what's happening there. I don't know what's up with that. All right, ready to fight on my radar. New coin, $9 million market cap. So in the next 2-3 weeks, the market recovers, starts to bounce. You're going to start looking at things that we want to swing trade again. And we want to be ready, man. Look at SWI Lend. That might do good, called Send. I mean, it's kind of like the Aave of SWI, right? It might be something we want to pay attention to. And if it works and it's doing well, Orderly Network, right? Gradient Network, Algorand, still kind of sitting out there. New coins that just came out. Unicorn Fart Dust, that's hilarious. Bitball, El Sapo Pepe, Ripple USD, RLUSD just hitting the market. The stable coin, Fart Guy, trying to make it, yeah. All right, nothing too crazy. And then let's see here, the most visited coins. Lingo, we kept talking about Lingo. Hyperliquid, finally cooling off there around 20. Vanna, Fuel Network, SWI still getting search. People like it. Supra, went over it yesterday there. Ondo Finance holding 194, big boy. Solana holding 216, Peak, one of our favorite kind of things. And IO.net, a coin that I really like too as well. So a lot happening today, a lot coming our way. Couldn't get to that NNOX, right? And maybe just double check. I can't remember now. But yeah, I didn't see it. Yeah, I don't know what's going on there. So FIDM, someone asked about. This looks like it's going to pump, man. See how it's getting tight in that channel? Again, you do whatever makes you happy, but that, as long as that flag stays, I mean, a good chance you get a bit of a move there. Fidium. Fi on Ethereum, $46 million market cap. No idea what it is, never was into it. Don't really, you know, I mean, it looks like it's a rugger. I don't know. I mean, I shouldn't say, I'm sorry. No lock liquidity though. I like a lock sign there. Came up, come all the way down. I don't know. It's up to you. Maybe you believe in it. This guy did. He put $2,500 in right now. But I don't know. And maybe it pumps and it's the biggest winner soon. Fight him. But I don't know. I'm not into it. Yeah. And I could be wrong. Remember, I'm not always right. I just want to make that clear. I am not always right. TMAI, whatever happened to TMAI yesterday after that massive move to the upside? And did you sell it? I sold it in front of everybody. Why? Because it's like, I mean, you kind of had to, right? We had that flag that could potentially pump, but then boom, the sell-off occurred. Everyone got it for free too as well. You have to think about it though. Token Metrics is here to stay. They're not going anywhere. This should be around. It came back down to the 618 fib. As long as Bitcoin doesn't go too treacherous, I mean, this tells me this is likely going to bounce. So I never sold. I bought a little back in, and I never sold the airdrop, right? And I took the rest and rode off into the sunset to buy my very own, very new. I did buy something today or yesterday. I think it's pretty cool. All right, and I'll show it off today if you guys are. Let's take a look here. Nothing's happening tonight. I don't know. I can't think. Babe, you want to go to cash night? Anyway, yeah, I wanted to show you this real fast. There it is. Boom. And I just like sharing my life with you guys as we go through. It's a 2-hour show, but there's some fun things that happen in my life that I like to share with you. All right. As my life has changed. I was a Boston guy in the freezing cold. Now I'm a Florida guy in the beautiful sunny weather. It's awesome. And I inspire you to go after your dreams and go travel and live in the places where you dream of living. You ever dreamed of living somewhere? Go live there. You know? So just making sure. Shout out to Cotton, Edridge, Colton. We did go through SHX. Jamie, thank you. Eternal AI. Turbo, Mustang, Rich, Uber, Pengu. Thank you for calling me a hottie Bugatti. Wow. Yikes. MOVR. I'm just messing around. SNX and Flare. Let's take a look at SNX. And Ross, I don't know. I mean, everyone's like, are you speculating on Ross? Maybe. I don't know. We'll see. Nice little bounce for Bitcoin. Back off the low there at 103, all the way back to 109, but 103.9, but still not amazing, but a nice bounce. And again, we're getting closer and closer to the could we get that move on that 200 MA? Yeah, so TMAI looks like that could be the chance for more accumulation before a huge pump further to the upside. I just only see big things coming for this. They're an amazing company. They do numbers. They do great. Their service is awesome. I include it in a lot of things that I do and how I research, and I just have so many great things to say. They enhance it every time. I'm super happy. Someone gifted me the NFT, so like I was gifted my membership really. And I just, I think Ian Boline is the man. I think the whole team over there is awesome. And, we actually were supposed to work with them. Something was happening. So I look forward to working with them in the future. There's definitely something in the works there. So Token Metrics, we love you guys. Hope you're having a wonderful day out there in Token Metrics land. God bless everybody on the team. So yeah, this looks like it could do numbers, man. And again, no one paid me to say this. I'm just doing TA. I like it. It came down to the 618 Fibonacci retracement. That's a known area of a huge pump. Right? And it'll probably never be where it was again when I pointed it out on the lows there. When I said, this is probably a gimme. A Forrest Gump trade, as I call them, the most simple trades possible. I don't like using the word easy, but it was simple. And it doesn't have to be complicated. It can be simple. We can do this simply put. Attempting to go after 200 MA one more time here. Attempting to seal the deal. All right. Sorry, I got like my windows all over the place. It just tends to do better when I don't put it in the fold. I don't know why that is. So here we go again with the flags in the 21. Again, that's like when the 21's near there, the fact that didn't pump, so strange. And remember, all the people are all over the place for Fed meeting. So they're going to be moving the price action all around. They get to do that because people are on edge, and they're going to make, you know, there's never a day where people make so many silly trades. So many silly trades on Fed Day, meaning they'll put two longs, a long, a short, they'll chase after missing a long, chase a short after missing a short, you know, chase another short after missing another short. There's just a lot of back and forth price action, and I'm sure the exchanges love it. They make tons of money today, the Fed Day. So again, I'm back watching to see if we can break the 200 MA. And kind of what I'm looking at there, same idea there, 848, 828, 841, 828, same idea. And that one's at 104,000 even. What if we can cross the 200 MA, and then I can this is why I just wait patiently for my symbol, my model. It's amazing, and it really made me a disciplined trader, and I don't chase. And then there begin days where there's a nasty dump and everyone got wiped out, and I'll make 2 or 3 trades. I'll be in the trade for 10 minutes, and I'll long Bitcoin and make $1,000. I'm like, how did you make $1,000 long in Bitcoin? The market dumped today. I'm like, because I have a model that I just took and I saw it. Simple. Some days I amaze myself. I don't think that's going to happen, and it happens anyway. You too will do this if you push yourself every day. This is about you pushing yourself, becoming disciplined, and seeing that there is a path to success. But you got to show up every day. You got to push every day. You got to want it more than the next guy. You got to want it so bad that the universe conspires to give it to you, because it can see that you want it more than everybody else. So it just has to give it. The universe has to give it to the person that desires it the most. That's just how it works. You know, I demand 100,000 subscribers, then I will get there. That's it. We're going to get there. There's no stopping us. Okay? This is the key. Every single day, though, you're not going to feel good every day. Some days aren't going to be perfect. You're going to push forward every single day, no matter what. Can you please look at ETH-BTC? Yes. Can you do some TA on a meme coin? You know, because you guys were so crazy the way you spammed on me, then I cannot respect this $5 super chat. But I hope it does well for you guys, and I have an idea of what it is. It's the Coca-Cola polar bear. Let's be honest, right? And anyone can Google it now for themselves. You did enough. You guys did enough spamming the channel with that. All right. So God bless you, Trevor. I love you. No disrespect to you, but I need to hold some respect for the channel. All right. And it is what it is. But may God love you, and thank you for your super chat. And I believe it will come back to you for being nice. Thank you. While I look at Coke Bear on the side on my own. Oh, it looks pretty good. I'm going to buy some. And not that far from the truth. You know, I'm just saying, like, what I do speculatively sometimes is my own business, right? I don't need to tell everybody how speculative I could be. I basically tell everyone, I'd say 199% of everything I do. Might be a couple little degen plays out there that I keep to myself, but it's very rare. Let's take a look at the weekly here on ETH-BTC and see what's happening. Low, high, higher, low. I like it. And you'd think this is going to finally be the end here of ETH beating up on Bitcoin. But you never know. I mean, we had this in the flag now, and we've been here ever since. So if the market goes down a bit, they might go down together, and this could pull back too as well. If we get the bounce, so everyone's expecting the bounce, but even then, it's not going to be that amazing. I just don't think ETH gets the dominance it had over the last 2 cycles. I think this cycle is completely different. Too much adoption for Bitcoin. Too big of a market cap. Too big of Bitcoin dominance at the present moment in time. And it just, ETH isn't taking it. You know, Sam, I'm focused in on this daily support resistance flip for Chainlink. Can I ask your eyes on it, sir? Love you, brother. Shout out to Boyce 102. Boyce, I love you too, man. Thank you. Very nice of you. I remember when you learn to live in love, you cannot be denied. You cannot be denied. My man asked about BONK. James McGugan. He asked about BONK and XYO. Let's take a look at BONK. So BONK, huge run up for BONK. All right. Huge run up. But again, you know, a lot of these are unsustainable pumps when you get that far away from the 21 on the weekly. Look how BONK slowly came back to its 21 on the weekly. It took 4 weeks to just slow dumpage. And really, I use the 3-day. The 3-day is my go-to, but whenever a coin pumps huge, it comes back to the 3-day. Remember we did this on Acro? I don't know if you guys remember, but I called in the group. I said, watch, this will come back down. And I wanted to make it the point so you guys could learn it. And then it came right back down. So whenever you pump hard and you get away from the 21-day moving average on any time frame, including the 3-day, you likely come back down. And maybe BONK comes even lower. I mean, this is crazy too, right? Because everyone chased it. Remember though, we were getting into BONK if you were down here and you're still in the money and then accumulating down here before the bigger pump. And anything besides that, it was a chase. You could be chasing it. You know, so we didn't chase pumps. You know they're going to come back. I mean, that's crazy though. I didn't realize that BONK's been dumping since the 23rd of September. Basically a month straight of BONK dumping memes. And it's a pretty big meme. So when BONK dumps, it's like, eh. And look, Bitcoin just, you know, flopping and groping. Flopping and groping there. Getting back to the 21, which is a good sign. Attempting to gear up so it can possibly break back above that 200 MA, but not amazing. Thank you for the stream. Thank you, Arthur Crypto. God bless you. Thank you for being here. May God bless you for jumping on in and being an awesome participant of the live. Not every day is going to be perfect. Not every day is going to be amazing. My wife bought a cat today and I'm allergic to hell. Does she know that? Then why would she do that to you? Whatever. I'm not going to get involved. But my wife loves me so much and she knows I'm allergic because she knows me. So she would never buy a cat knowing that I'm allergic. Some cats aren't allergic though. Like those big Siamese things and stuff like that. There's a few Pomeranian kind of cats. I don't know what they are. You know. Yeah. Sam, I'm new, but thanks for all this knowledge and your personality. I don't understand everything, but I'm learning. It'll take time. Just let it seep in, my friend. Cats are perfect. Yeah, what do you think about Alien Base? Looks like it retraced to the 618. Yeah, you're probably 100% right. I don't own any, so, you know, I hope it does well for you. Let's take a look at Alien Base. I mean, it took a nasty wick down too, but stayed inside the pattern. So, yeah, it's sitting right now around the 618 Fibonacci. Hey, if you believe in it, it's time. There's just too many iffy, risky coins out there, and I'd like to see Bitcoin kind of hold its level at one point. All right. God bless Sam. Can you look at I like dogs too. Apparently that's because that's the case. Hey Sammy, amen. Yeah, those big things, cats. Exactly. Shout out to PENGU, Ross, and I couldn't find NNOX on the NASDAQ. Link DEX and SNX. I looked at DEX, SNX. Oh no, Ross and PENGU. PENGU just got slammed to the downside, right? It just didn't, you know, everyone sold it off. They got it for free. $3 billion market cap. If you look at it on the DEX, though, it doesn't look too bad. Looks like it's a perfect time to get in before it pumps again. Like it got sold off. And okay, this is how MEXC looks before a big pump. And this is on MEXC too. It's on MEXC. They all got it. So many people got it quick. I wouldn't be surprised if this thing starts to take off. I mean, Punchy Penguins is hot. And they wanted to spread the wealth. They did really good. And they did a smart thing by just really airdropping everybody a bunch of money. They didn't have to, but they did. I apparently didn't have any Punchy Penny. I don't know how that's possible. I definitely thought I used, but I didn't do tons of NFT stuff. So, you know. I thought it was like anyone that used MetaMask or something, but my MetaMask didn't seem to get the claim. Otherwise, you know. So, Ross on Soul. Someone asked me about Ross. I don't know if they asked me about, they said, are you going to get in? I said, no. Right? I don't know if that says I have to go over there. That's a good question to everybody. Do I have to go over a chart on a question? Like, hey, do you like this coin? No, I really don't. I don't believe in it. I'm not going to be, you know. Now, again, I want Ross to get freed, of course. I believe in that. Ever since he's been there, I've thought about what it would be like to be behind bars for that long. And it's sad. And I know his mom and, you know, was involved and all those people there. I'd like to see it get tight and eventually make a big move to the upside. It looks like it can. And I mean, it definitely could run on that idea with Trump coming into office, and yeah, and it's in an uptrend at a $12 million market cap. But you never know. You know, it all depends on the person there. Using Phantom before January 2024. Yeah, I'm pretty sure I used Phantom back then. For sure I did. But yeah, I didn't seem to have anything. I could be wrong. I don't know, but I didn't seem... I could be wrong. But yeah, no pudgies in there, man. No pudgy penguins in there. Okay. Anyone see a free Luigi meme? No. Any chance we could check on Jasmine, Dr. Lifer? Sui is coming to Phantom. Oh, that's pretty awesome. You gotta claim yourself. I know, I went there. It didn't seem to work. Yeah. And I don't want to waste your guys' time, but I went to the site yesterday. PENGU. And it just sat like this, too. It didn't load. Maybe it wasn't load. I don't know. And then I went to the other site that somebody gave me. Right? And no, I got Bitcoin above me. It looks like it's going to pump. It may cross the 200 MA here. BTC. It may just cross that 200 MA. There it is, man. The holy grail of price action right there. Now, away for the 21, it's a little sketchy. And I had this already where I have it somewhere else, right? I got it right here, yeah. I'm going to close this window because it's been confusing me. Shout out to the channel sponsor, Decrypted.tax. Best place to do your taxes. Tell them Sammy sent you. The owner owns a Bored Ape. He knows a lot more. You'll feel comfortable. You'll know what it'll be like talking to an old friend about crypto. It won't be that weird CPA feeling you've been getting or that you think you'll get. Schedule a free consultation today and find out more at Decrypted.tax. You'll absolutely love it. Shout out to iTrust Capital, the best place to buy and sell cryptocurrency, gold and silver with your IRA. Jump on in today to find out more about iTrust Capital. Hit the QR code or the link below, or the QR code in the far corner there. And again, iTrust Capital does sponsor the channel. They keep the lights on here in the studio. We really appreciate that. It's absolutely amazing. Shout out to all my sponsors and everybody that works with me, believes in me, supports me, and click any link that that helps me out. May God bless you all for doing that. Okay. So BONK, I see BONK reversing back to the upside. Maneki at the bottom of the channel. I love Maneki. I agree with you. AI computing now requires your computer to have an NPU. Interesting. Hey, Sam, are you planning to be live? Yes, I will be live for the Fed meeting. My Phantom wallet had 1,500 PENGU for swapping SOL. Interesting. Yeah, everyone's saying I got all the PENGU, but I didn't get the PENGU. No PENGU for Sammy. I'm pretty sure I was using SOL wallet back then, but... No PENGU. Claim pudgypenguins.com. Right? You are such a blessing, Sam. I watch you every morning, mostly because you inspire and encourage. You're making a huge positive impact in the world. I love your humility, your faith, and humor. Merry Christmas to you and yours. Roxanne, I love you. And may God bless you. That is the nicest super chat anyone's almost given me. That will sit with me for the rest of the day. You didn't have to butter me up, but you did. God bless you. Thank you so much, Roxanne. And that will come back to you tenfold. Thank you so much for giving. I really appreciate it. You didn't have to, but you did. Unbelievable. And shout out to all you beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. 2,700 people still kicking it with me. 966 likes. Let's get the likes up to the watchers. 1,000 likes, please, everybody. Come on, baby. Let's get it on. And $174 in chat revenue. You people are absolutely amazing. You're all blessed. Givers gain, and every single time I show up, you guys make it worth. You guys make it worth it. You guys are awesome with the support, with the love, the super chats, every single thing. You hit it. The algo loves us. They know it works, and so thank you so much for an amazing, amazing life. I know you guys. I wouldn't have an amazing life as much as I would have, as I have with each and every one of you. So, God bless you all, and thank you so much for being here. All right. Yeah, you think Pudgy Penguins would have a claim like right on their website somewhere or something too? You know what I mean? It just sits there doing this, their website. Is that true? That's what happened yesterday too. Right? Super chats, NNOX on the NASDAQ. NanoX imaging on the NASDAQ. It's funny, I can't believe you guys trade this stock market stonk garbage, man. I can't do it. This thing's in the dumps, bro. Look at it. Looks like a rug pull. You know what I mean? I wouldn't touch this thing. Look at it. It's so whack. Just getting started. Let's see what's happening. So look, I mean, if it can get above the 200 MA in the daily, you know, it gets that move. Look for this little flag to break on out. It's touching the 21-day moving average. Its measured move would take it somewhere to about, I don't know, $10. I'd try to get out of that. Thing was weird, though. Yeah. Now, Bitcoin just got rejected by the 200 MA. I got Bitcoin above me all times. Yeah. Not what you want right now at the present moment. See, we just can't seem to get above the 200 MA, which is, you know, yet another bear flag. Every time you hit the 200 and you can't get above it, you make the bear flag. And look, this could dump again. The next length of the pole again, you see? And we just do the same things over and over again. We may come for a double bottom. And again, I don't want people thinking I'm long, and I set up the long in case we break the 200. What's up, Sam? I hope you and the family are doing great, brother. I'm only asking because my brother is watching with me. He's asking about Beast Games on Soul. I believe Dex Screener has it. Shout out to you and your brother, and I'm happy that you're with your brother. That's so cool. Let's take a look at Beast Games. Looks like it's on XRP. Am I right here? I believe a Dex Screener has it. I have it here on XRP, very small. Let's take a look. Maybe that's the wrong one. There it is. Beast Games on Soul. Yep. There's two of them too, though. And they both have horrible liquidity. Yeah, I'd rather not, man. I see it on XRP at a $55,000 market cap, so. Tiny, I don't know. Looks like a rug to me. I have no idea. It's like one green candle. I don't know, man. Yeah, I don't know. Got to put on the 1 second chart. I still can't. I think this thing is a honeypot or something. Yeah, that looks like a rugger. I don't know. Yeah, you know why? It was on top chat, which is weird. I can't stand that. Hey, Sam, thanks for streaming and learning. Happy holidays. Well, can you please check Cardano? 1159 market cap. Please look at ETH. Hugs Brazil. You're the best. We looked at ETH BTC, which is basically ETH, you know, in a bit of a nutshell. We'll take a look at Ethereum USDT here. I'll give you my top-down analysis for Ethereum. The elephant in the room. So Ethereum's on a beautiful uptrend, okay? And then, it's just, to me, and then it broke out. That's how I look at it. And now it's above this key resistance level. So it has beautiful support at 3,500. And you don't want to see it lose that. The weekly a little far for the 21. We may have like a 4 to 5 week pullback here for Ethereum. Come back to the 21 and then start our big pump again to the upside. Somewhere by the end of January or February. So we could suffer a couple month pullback, suffered by a big pump. Now there's a chance we go sideways and continue to pump, or pump, you know, but that'll be determined. What we'd like to see is this be making, you know, watch the 3-day make a flag here. Just consolidate, not too much loss, up and down, and then begin its next pump. That's probably what total 3 is somewhat looking like, right? So boom. So watch the 3-day chart and the 21-day. That's really going to be your key to Ethereum. And the next move could take us through the all-time high at 5660 somewhere by the end of February. All right. Does anybody know how many hours till the meeting? The meeting is in 2 hours. I mean, technically, no. Technically, the meeting's in 2.5 hours. But they're going to come out with the actual call at 2 p.m. So we go live at 2. We wait a half an hour for the meeting, which is annoying. Then the meeting comes, and it's usually about a 3-hour stream. You know, it's pretty long. So Chainlink had a huge pump. It ran up. I mean, look how many days these things ran. A 3-day chart, just like it's been pumping since November. We've had a whole month of just absolute awesomeness. We've done this before. Then we've had a pullback. And we've done this before. Then we have our pullback. So, like, if you can't handle this, because this, I'm not saying this is guaranteed, but if you can't handle this type of behavior, which means it might take till July for another pump. And then we'll be back in, you know, and boom, boom, boom. Again, I don't know if that's going to happen, but it could. So you have to be open-minded for that. Now, Chainlink has this support and resistance now. You'd want to say, you know, have it stay above 26. Went to that high of 30. And it's all eyes on, like, can we get these bounces and these sideways price actions, or are we going to get a major dump? And today's going to tell a story here. So we're all kind of waiting, me included. And the charts will convey a message that will kind of begin to tell me more about how to take advantage of the next few weeks. And that's it. It's about having a plan so you can take advantage of the next few weeks. All right. And is this the proper website? Claim.peggypenguins.com. Pudgy, is that real? Is that the right site? Can you trust that? Can that be verified? Why isn't that on their own? They should have put that on their own site too, right? And then someone asked about Notcoin. I see here, Notcoin was like the premier coin of the ton ecosystem. Ran up nicely, and now it's kind of in a rounded bottom. If you believe in ton, you think ton's going to come back hard, then Not will probably come back hard too. I believe it will. So these are probably some great DCA prices for Notcoin. Would I be buying Not? No, I think there's way better out there. And there's things with more light on them, more, you know, I'm a speculative investor. I like where the market is, where the money's flowing, where the volume's at. You can clearly see there's not a lot of volume there, so no. All right. SNX, I remember buying this coin a long, long time ago, man. It's holding 250. Crazy, right? And went to the low of 160, 154. This thing was supposed to be synthetic assets. Synthetic was supposed to be hot. That narrative never took off. It never did. Synthetic assets, it never took off. It was like, oh, it's going to be the big play for RWA. It's like, it was really the primitive RWA. And it really just never took off. I have to be honest. Like, I followed it closely. I thought I was onto it. Because anytime something new and innovative, I get a little excited, like I'm maybe on the new thing. It's not always the new thing, but that's how I find the new things, right? You got to be like, okay, what is that now? Oh, interesting, right? I see it making a flag and then continuing to pump a 553. I believe I have a bag of this somewhere hiding in the long term, right? Claimed yesterday my Sol wallet didn't get me the drop, but my ETH wallet got me the drop. Yeah. I believe Say has potential, but it's really fallen off, man. HBAR held up today better than most. Looks to be building higher lows than the 4 to 5 days. What you think? Thanks, brother. Let's take a look at HBAR. And then someone asked about AI tech, but he said he can't super chat. I'll be nice enough to go over that for you. Deja vu. We love you, brother. I hope you care about me for that. Like, wow, what a guy, right? Yeah. You know, you're 100% right. Hedera looks really nice. It's in a bull flag, likely to pump. You know, it had that connection with Cardano. So they were like flying stuff to Mars or something, right? I don't know. But I mean, that's a bull flag and it's oversold on the daily, and it does look better than most coins. Hedera looks like it's going to do damage, so I'd put an alert on Hedera. And honestly, it may be the coin to trade in the next couple of days. And you know, that's the first altcoin I'm going to post all day long, right? I don't post a lot before Fed meeting, so you'll notice that I'm not going to always do the same thing every day. But before the Fed meeting, we're not going to bombard. All right. So this is the claim site for Pudgy Penguins. And I linked my Sol wallet. And I got no Pudgies, man. Oh, there it is. How come yesterday I didn't do it? One OG Sol user. Yeah. Continue to claim. Claim your PENGU. Want more future airdrops? Create a name and claim PENGU. Lifer. PENGU Lifer. Amazing. Wow. Look at that. Welcome to the huddle. Follow PENGU. 1,800 PENGUs. Cool, man. Thank you. Appreciate that. Now let's see if we can link the MetaMask, because that wasn't working yesterday. Maybe so many people were doing it. Dude, I got another claim. Yeah. Yeah. Wait. OG ETH user. Yeah. Oh, you connect the Sol wallet to get the claim even from the Phantom. I see what's going on, right? And I claim both PENGU. Life or ETH. See, I just named it something different. I'll probably be able to connect between your wallets. Not ready. Yeah. Should have read that the first time. All right, so I got my PENGU, man. Sweet. Sweet. I knew I was an OG, man. I was like, why didn't I get my PENGU yet? So I got 3,600 PENGU. All right. And the price is 33 cents. So if it was $1, I'd have $3,600. All right. So I've got like about 100. You know, you don't have a. It's not right. Let's take a look. But hey, man, it's better than nothing. So I got about 3,600 of those puppies times 0.03, and that already, yeah, it's $90, $108. Hey, a free $100, man. That's better than nothing, right? So HBAR looks like the one that we want to basically focus on. You always look for the stronger coins, and you want to trade the stronger coins for sure. All right. Thank you, Jamie. Thank you, my whole team. I thought I had the right one, but I'd rather you guys help me out while I'm live streaming, because when I'm live streaming, I'm doing a lot of craziness. Oh, so you get everyone. What did I buy? I bought this. I just picked this puppy up. This brand new Beyond golf cart. Thing looks pretty money. You know what I mean?
And it's so small.
Pretty rugged.
It's like quaint. You know what I mean? I don't want these big, like,
Could do damage. You know what I mean?
Got the nice hybrid.
I like what I'm seeing here. So I picked this puppy up, Bentelli, brand new. I got the 2024, but they say it comes as a 2025 version, but it's a 2024. It doesn't have power steering. They added like bigger seats on the 2025, right? But yeah, man, I just copped this yesterday. It should get delivered on Saturday.
Really nice.
I'll be whipping this thing. Got a nice touchscreen. Bentelli, man. HBAR strong. And again, having a good mentor, knowing what charts are strong compared to the rest of the market, knowing what to do when the market dips and how to find the strong coins, knowing how to comparatively look for these things, knowing how to hang out and relax, knowing how to keep a good mindset no matter what during these times. Anything with an engine, yeah. Man, I did check yesterday and no PENGU. Now you came here as I checked again and there was 4,600 PENGU. Thanks again. Blessings. Amen, man. So I helped you guys too, right? Because I didn't think I got my PENGU, but there it was. And the only people selling this low are the exchanges. Amen. Amen. It's a great time, in my humble opinion, to DCA to the coins that matter. Gearbox still up, actually. It's kind of crazy. Some coins are up. Velodrome, like, Tenet. It's not all bad here for BTC as we await Fed meeting. All right. And here we are. I mean, that's a bit of an inverted head and shoulder. You see that? And the Bears are trying to win, but the Bulls keep hanging in there. Keep throwing us for a loop here, but we can't seem to get back above that 200 MA. We got to get back above the 200 MA to remain bullish. I'll be back for the Fed meeting around 2 o'clock, everybody. I love you. I appreciate you. And I care about you. Thank you so much for being here. May you have a wonderful day. Let me double check I didn't miss a super chat here. I possibly did. There's always a chance I did. Sammy, you're perfect. Please be happy if it make cats. Give 10x more love than you give them. Your partner is wise. I don't even do crypto, by the way. Sammy, you're perfect. Please make your cat as happy as your vids make me. So yeah, I don't have a cat, but God bless you. And shout out to Dan McCaleb, who really gave us HBAR. God bless you, brother. And we looked at Ethereum. Your family doing great, brother. I'm only asking my brother. Yeah. I don't know. I tell him to be careful. It looks kind of like something weird going on there. Share your thoughts about NOT and Unify, please. We only do one super chat per. All right. Alien Base. My wife bought a cat. I'm so sorry for that. Chainlink. We hit it up. Shout out to Trevor, Boyce, Caleb, Arthur Crypto, James McCann, Juan De La Luna, Steve Magdaleno, El Dramatics, Master Friend, Live, Laugh, and Love, Andrew G, Big Turns, Desmond Robinson, Joe Espinoza, Alex Lowe, Arthur Crypto, Yonito Silviezela, Buckley X, Mustang Rich, Joseph, Jamie, Colton Etheridge, Matt Vienna, Mark, and Mr. Flawless, Blake Anthony for jumping on in too as well, and shout out to Exoni, Dan McCaleb, Rodrigo Azarito, Rudy, man, I love you, 007. God bless you. Roxanne with that 37. Stop Yelling. God bless you. Bullish Roger Dodger and Simon Gustafsson, Trevor, and back to Boyce and Trevor again. God bless you all. Thank you so much for being here. Everybody, please comment, like, and subscribe. Hit the bell for notifications. You can find out when I post my next video. We just got above the 200 MA. Oh my goodness. We did it. There it is. There's the signal. I waited the whole entire show for it. We didn't get one candle above it till right now. This would be crazy if I get to enter my trade right now. Right before a Fed meeting though. Oof. And there it goes. I'm willing to take a shot here on the trade. That's just what I do. Sketchy though. No, I'm out. I didn't get in yet. Hold up. We are above the 200 MA. Let's see here. It's Fed day, so 100 for 300, and then we'll go from there. I like the 21 a little closer. There we go. Let's see if we can get this move to the upside here and stay above the 200 MA. I should, I basically just trade these and I either lose them or win them, but I trade them every time. As much as I can, whenever I see them. Everybody, I love you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Happy we got to get that entry right there. We'll see what happens. May God bless you all for coming on in. Thank you so much for sharing this blessed live stream with me. Very even Steven live stream, right? I wasn't yelling stream. I wasn't all excited. It wasn't crazy. Pretty bad, thank you, Sam. Because of you, I got PENGU. Because of yourself, man, you're a good person. God bless you, brother. Yeah. But to glorify him in all we do. God bless you. Can you look at TSUKA? I got to look at TSUKA because the way you said that was so nice. How could I say no? I mean, the way you wrote that was just like, I'm going to say no to you. You talk about God's good graces and I say no. Hold on. Let me get the live stream back up for TSUKA. We did look at Jahara TSUKA a long time ago. When it first came out, Token Metrics talked about it. Didn't seem to do much. It's down in the dumps. I don't know, man, if it'll ever come back. You got to believe in it. Who knows, right? There's so many better coins right now. It's a $7 million market cap, and it doesn't seem like it's survived. It's been out since August of 2022, so I don't know. It looks like a lost hero, but you never know. You never know. And then there's that HJZ. I mean, just sitting at a $7 million market cap. Maybe it does numbers, though. You never know. I think we took a shot on this one. I can't remember anymore. I need someone to go through my portfolio and like just track everything I buy on the live stream. Everybody, but that's it. I'm gonna be out of here. Everyone, thank you so much for being here. Please comment, like, and subscribe. Thank you for the 3,000 beautiful souls, 1,094 likes, $222 in chat revenue. May God bless each and every one of you. I'm gonna go hang out with my kids and my wife, tell them how much I love them, and thank them for a beautiful show. My whole team, shout out to everybody that made this show happen. Lakochi Coker, Sean on the tickers and on the timestamps. Lakochi on the tickers. Jamie always holding it down. Make sure everyone's full of love, light, and happiness. Anyone that helped me, I didn't see any negativity in the chat, but if it was there, you guys did a great job of making sure I didn't see it. So may God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for being here, and may you all have a wonderful, blessed day. We'll be back tomorrow for another awesome live stream, and today at 2 p.m. for FOMC. I'll be back today at 2 p.m. for FOMC. You'll see me soon. Stay tuned. God bless.